Because maybe I'm not good enough.
It's not good enough.
You don't belong here.
I mean, they hate me.
Don't call me worthless. I'm trying my best.
It took 37 years for me to get the courage to do this. Not that I was planning on making YouTube videos for 37 years. I could see a series of choices I made throughout my life that, metaphorically, were the unpublished YouTube videos of my life. Chances I didn't take, doors that I closed on myself. Over time, you get used to closing doors. Your resistance or self-sabotage becomes a habit. Resistance is the most toxic force on the planet. It's the root of more unhappiness than poverty, disease, and erectile dysfunction. Resistance takes all kinds of forms, but there are two main issues that stood in my way. First, imposter syndrome. Now we've all felt this. You're suddenly thrust into responsibility or have the chance to step up and immediately begin to self-doubt. And because of this, we hesitate to go out and even try because we're not the best, or because we're not as good as somebody else, or we don't have degrees to prove our worth. But let's be honest, you can't say you're an attorney and practice law without a law degree. As long as you're being honest about what you bring to the table, you have plenty to offer. What you offer is your unique interpretation, your unique life experience, and your unique delivery. Maybe it's never resonated with someone until you came along. Now, every now and then we hear this call and our courage bubbles up and we take a leap. And we're flying now, we're feeling good, and we're trying something we've never tried before. The spell has been broken and you dive into the ravine below. Tony Robbins talks about this like a thermostat. You have the thermostat set to 68 or 72 in my house of my dreams. And you want to turn up the metaphorical heat in your life. So you start climbing and succeeding and growing and making progress, and your thermostat starts to climb to 70, 75, 80, and then bam, your thermostat said, I'm not made for that temperature, our safe temperature is 68. And then you self-sabotage. You go back to what is safe and known, and all the progress that you made up to 80 has disappeared into the ether. Now, imposter syndrome is not just internal pressure. It can be external. Systemic racism, classism, sexism, and other biases have contributed to the feeling that someone's an imposter. Which brings me to my next issue, the fear of being disliked. Oh, I guarantee someone's bound to dislike you, especially as we exist in a world that's so effortlessly interconnected. You're gonna discover plenty of people who object to your lifestyle, your point of view, or the way you look. And negative criticism is so much easier to hurl than positive feedback. But remember this, the social standards that exist today are an invention, just as much as a dollar bill is an invention. If you were the only person left in the world, would you hoard your money or use it for fuel in the fireplace? If you decide that your worth is based on someone else's yardstick, you're gonna spend your whole life measuring up to someone else's expectations instead of living to your true potential. If you're always living up to someone else's standards, eventually you're gonna run out of yardstick. Becoming obsessed with making sure everybody likes you means that you're gonna be sacrificing the true essence of what you're trying to achieve. The world is so vastly diverse that if your message is meant for everyone, it can't resonate deeply with anyone. But when you do hear criticism, make sure to separate who you are from your work, because you are not your work. Your work is a series of choices made with generous intent to cause something to happen. We can always learn to make better choices. So be true to yourself, always. You don't know who might be hiding in the shadows, afraid of showing their true self, until you step forward and do it first. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you'd like to explore more ways to improve your health and happiness, please like and subscribe. Be well.